Today, I'm going to talk about why failure is essential for success. Hi, my name is Shelomo Solson, teenage motivational speaker, author of the teen mental health book, Never Fight Alone, and host of the podcast, Teenage Impact, which is to listen in over 30 countries. My entire mission is to inspire you as a teenage kid to overcome the challenges you are facing in life, build resiliency, and create your own definition of success. Who is this message for? Well, this message is for anyone that is experiencing failure right now, has experienced failure and can't get over it, or someone who is scared to fail. I want you to redefine failure. I'm going to go over who I was as a kid in elementary school and middle school, especially in academics. In elementary school, I was always a hardworking kid. I had perfect attendance. I was student of the month. I did decent in school. I could have done a lot better in writing. I could have done a lot better in reading. I always used to fail the reading and the writing assessment tests. I wasn't very good at standardized tests, but I worked extremely hard. So from elementary school to middle school, I was transitioning. I was afraid, but I wanted to do well. I buckled down and I told myself I was going to do well in middle school. The first 9 weeks and first report card of sixth grade, I got all A's and one B, which is the first time it happened. In elementary school, I always got A's, B's, sometimes C's, and sometimes I had to go to middle school because I was playing catch up. So in middle school, when I got all A's and one B, I was surprised. I made another goal. I said, okay, I'm going to get all A's this time. So I got all A's the second 9 weeks. And I got all A's for the rest of sixth grade. And I got all A's for the rest of seventh grade. And I got all A's for the rest of eighth grade. I kept on getting A's on everything. And for me, it was getting too easy. But there's one thing I was horrible at, and that was standardized tests. I kept on failing the reading standardized tests. I did okay in the writing standardized tests. I did phenomenal in the math portion. I was taking high school credit classes in eighth grade, and I was taking high school physics, and I hated science. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, I absolutely hated science. But I said, okay, there's a midterm coming up, and I've been getting A's on all my assignments, A's on all my homework, and I wanted to do well on this midterm of physics. I started studying. I studied hard for weeks. I read all the chapters. I did all my homework, and I studied with someone else to make sure I understand all the concepts. When the test came along, I got a D, and that D absolutely devastated me. I wasn't used to getting D's in middle school because I aced almost everything, and when I got that D, I was devastated. I cried. I cried like a little baby. And my mom told me, she said, you know what? It's okay. You're going to do better next time. Just learn from this and just move on. And that's exactly what I did. And it taught me a valuable lesson because that wasn't the first time I experienced failure because I worked extremely hard in elementary school. I failed a lot and I continued to fail in high school and college. And I had a different outlook on failure. I noticed I kept on failing it every time, but every time I failed, I always worked extremely hard. And you may be failing in something right now. You may be failing in school, like me. Maybe you're horrible at standardized tests. You may be failing in getting bad grades. You may be failing in your relationships with your girlfriend or boyfriend, or maybe with your relationships with your family members or friends. You may be failing with the business you have right now. You may be failing because you got fired from one of your jobs. You may be failing from your mental health, your finances, whatever it is. And you may be discouraged right now because things are not going your way. I want to give you hope. I want to give you hope because I know there's something out there that's going to tick for you, that everything is just going to start clicking, and then you're going to start succeeding. But because you're so discouraged of failure, you stop trying. Don't stop trying. Keep on going, because this is what's going to happen. If I would have gave up and been so discouraged for my midterm final, then I wouldn't have studied for my finals. And I continued to work hard, and I saw, okay, this is what I can improve on. And I went into that eighth grade final, and I did extremely well. I can't remember exactly what I got. I got an A or a B, but I had a significant improvement because I looked at my midterm and I saw, okay, this is what I can do better. This is how I can answer my questions. And then I did extremely well for my final exam in physics. And I continued to get straight A's. But that would have never happened if I would have not learned a valuable lesson. You got laid off. Maybe you're failing tests. Maybe you're failing classes. Maybe you're failing in relationships. Maybe you're failing in your sport that you're in extracurricular activities. Maybe you're failing in the goals you're trying to achieve in life. Is that really failure? I want you to I want you to think about it and redefine your definition of failure. Is failure really things not working out? Or failure is not getting up after being knocked down? Because for me, failure for me is not trying. Failure for me is not trying my hardest. Failure for me is not getting up every time I fall down. So right now, you might be at the point where you are down. Or maybe you are too scarred from your previous failure, so you're not trying again. Or maybe you're too scared of future failure. I want to get that out of your head, because in order to succeed at anything, you must fail. You must put yourself in these uncomfortable situations. You must continue trying and forget about not succeeding or failing. Forget about other people's opinion of you trying and failing, because you're going to get the final laugh when you're going to continue to get back up and you're going to prove to everyone that you are worth something, that you do have what it takes to be in a good relationship. You do have what it takes to be the perfect daughter or son. You do have what it takes to get straight A's. You do have what it takes to get into that college. You do have what it takes to get your dream job, to make that business work, to succeed in your extracurricular activities. So I'm challenging you to do whatever it takes. And when you do experience that failure in life, I want you to observe from it. The reason why Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL, 9 times in the Super Bowl, is because he studies his tape every single day. Michael Jordan always used to study his tape every single day. I study my speeches and my videos every single day. Don't think of it as failure. Think of it as a game. In a game, you're not going to have a bad time because you do bad. The same thing applies to life. I'm challenging you to redefine your definition of failure. Look at life as a game and just continue to have fun. Eventually, you will achieve your goals, or you're going to find something more meaningful that's meant for you. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and learn more about my teen mental health book, Never Fight Alone, which is a compilation of 51 inspiring interviews to help you overcome your challenges and improve your mental health. Also, if you're a school administrator or a conference organizer and you want to book me to speak at your next event or your school assembly, visit my website, www.shelomosolson.com. I'll talk about my story of overcoming 15 years of bullying to now an inspirational speaker. I also talk about how I was able to overcome different challenges in my life and find my purpose. So until next time, peace.